What is up, YouTube? Welcome in and welcome back. So today I'm taking a look at BABYMONSTER's new song off their new mini album, Choom. I'm recording this the day after it came out. I'm pretty psyched to see this. I follow them on Instagram, and so I've seen all their little teaser photos, and then I watched YG's announcement. I guess it was a few months ago, where he was talking about what Choom was going to be, and that Choom, I think he said has something to do with dance. This is dance. So I've been speculating that this was going to be kind of beginning of their more heavy dance focused productions, and I think also that you have to realize that this is what's going to tie into their live shows. Live shows where maybe they hold the mic a little less, have the headsets on, and are actually doing a lot more dancing. Because I've watched some, I was watching, who was it, Twice the other day, and they were in, I forgot where they were, somewhere in, I think they were in Japan. And they only had it was funny, I'd never noticed it before, but they had, Twice has 9 members, I think. And 3 of them had mics, and all the other ones had headsets, which I thought was kind of interesting. I'm psyched to see. So I think, because BABYMONSTER, they're just great dancers. So I think this should be pretty awesome. So anyway, let's check them out.
Two, hit is on it, burn it, kick it, flip that. 3, 4, baby more, we gon' get this party started. Walking, stomping like we own the place. Trust me, I'm not just a pretty face. Yeah, I know we 7, but we ain't. We gon' get this party started. No, we got the style, we got the taste. Sweet and sour lemons, lemonade. Yeah, I know it's 7, but we ain't. Better run that, run that. Let's rhythm or something, boy, that's watch out, watch out. We turn it up, let's party. We're 화수목금 전모두 다 함께 취해보자. Watch out, watch out. We wanna fight this fight. Get out the way like boom, boom. We only got tonight. You better dance like Choom. Da-da-dum-da-da-da-da. Daddy, check my style. Check me out, this that bling blow. Can't stop now, gotta keep it me like that. Bow down, 보여주마 나의 Choom, Choom, Choom. A-Star B, killing it, whoa. We don't stop, billing it, show. Big flex, ain't no one next. 모두가 직설이 못하는 groove. Like yes, I'm the empress. 이 구역에 난 I'm a monster queen. Let's choom. Rhythm or 삼켜보자 choom. Watch out, watch out. We turn it up, let's party. 화수목금 전모두 다 함께 취해보자 choom. Watch out, watch out. Choom. We wanna ride this flag. Get out the way like boom, boom. We only got tonight. You better dance like choom. 어둠이 짙게 내리고 이제 monster party. No time to waste. Let's celebrate. Baby, 나와 나의 시간. Jump. Everybody make some noise. That's right.
that was definitely a next step up in becoming a more mature group. First of all, the Asa entrance was just epic. That's just, and I, for people who've been here before, I've been doing Big Bang reactions because I'd never really watched them. I'm late to the whole YG scene, but it was somewhere along I was watching Big Bang. I was like, this is what Baby Monsters, YG envisioned Baby Monster being a female version of Big Bang, and that Asa is the G Dragon of Baby Monster. So I don't know if that's real, but I see that every time. I mean, her styling, she's got the fast high-end rapping and everything. So that was a pretty epic entrance. And then I see more and more stuff. It's kind of like a joke with Chiquita and Rora, and the Macme and the, calling her Uni and everything like that. But they're actually really close, I think, when you compare to some of the other connections within the group. I think they have a very special relationship. And then, Ruka's just like the anchor. When she comes in, it's like, okay, this is where we're going here because this is Ruka, and she's going to do her thing. So, all the way up until the video started, I had a little slim bit of hope that Rami would show up somewhere. I know that in all the promotions there was nothing about Rami and everything, but I thought, that would be like YG. It's like complete dead silence, and then all of a sudden in the first video she pops in. So, but that didn't happen. So, she's still not ready. And every time I go online and see stuff about Baby Monster, and particularly Instagram is a little toxic, I think. It's just my take on when I go down in the comments, it's just like, I think it's probably because there's a lot of Blackpink fans there, and they're not feeling the love. That's the kind of impression I get is Blackpink fans are not feeling the love of YG. They just keep complaining that he's not doing enough for them, and I've always been like, they're doing their own thing. They're the soloists now, and they'll get to come together for some stuff. But it's pretty insane listening to that. And then the other thing I noticed in their comments a lot of times is like when he did YG did I think it was like maybe a couple of weeks ago where he did this whole thing about the future, who was going to do what. Looked down the comments, and it was like this whole like Treasure, like, where's Treasure? You got to do more for Treasure. And I'm thinking, okay, Treasure's okay, but when it comes to boy bands, I don't know where they are now, but I wouldn't put them in the top 3, at least not in the top. Definitely not 1, 2, or 3. That's for sure. But I also realized that the K-pop industry in Korea is driven by the female consumer, so that makes a big difference in how things work out. But anyway, I was hoping that Rami would show up and everything, but it's it is what it is. And I see a lot of fans are just like, oh, we need to know more about Rami. It's like, what? If there's something to be said, and people don't, I don't know how people come to their conclusions about what YG should be doing about different groups and different things, because the only entity I could think that could come up and say something about Rami is either her parents, or her doctor. And until those 3 come together and say, okay, YG can't say anything, he can't go out and say, oh, Rami's doing at this level or that level, unless they want him to. But for him, I don't think it's important. It's that big a deal. I think he needs to keep it on the back burner as long as he can. And if she's going to come back, then he'll make a big splash of it. I still think will come back. I think she's still part of the group. People don't realize she has a lot, and I don't know. She may still be doing this. She has a lot of musical input into how the group sounds. If you look back some of the behind the scenes, especially back during Sheesh and some of those productions, she's one of those people that are in there helping with the other artists in the group, come up with their, what they're going to sing. So anyway, rambled on for a long time, but anyway, that's I'm glad to see them back. I'm psyched to see whatever. I think there's 4 songs off this mini album, so we're going to check them all out. I generally wait till the videos come out, just because I don't like watching words go across the screen. So anyway, let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below, and we'll talk to you later.